Most seasons of Suits asked viewers to root for Mike Ross not to get caught or succeed on a big case, but there is one harsh reality about his character that became obvious as the series went on. During the first couple of seasons of Suits, Mike Ross' character was defined by his secret and his photographic memory gimmick. Suits eventually grew beyond its original premise and made its characters more layered and three-dimensional, especially Harvey Specter. Mike also changed a lot during Suits' 9-season run, although most of his defining traits have been there since the pilot. Mike had a very clear sense of what justice should be and used his perspective as someone who lost his parents as a kid and grew up poor to guide his journey as a lawyer. However, as smart and well-intentioned as Mike Ross was, he also had a lot of flaws. Mike Ross was too self-righteous for his own good in Suits. Mike Ross thought he was morally superior to everyone. Harvey and Mike in Suits custom image by Anna Nieves. While Mike Ross' heart was often in the right place, he became way too self-righteous as the show went on. Mike's character was paradoxical in the sense that, while he spent most of the show lying to people he cared about, he often presented himself as morally superior. There were plenty of Suits episodes in which Mike called out Harvey for not caring about the client, particularly when they were dealing with the little guy. Mike believed that the law should be used to help those who couldn't fight for themselves. Mike's point about using his skills and resources to help people who could not afford the best defense made sense and added a lot to his character. However, Mike was usually judging those who had a different perspective, or that at least were not ready to compromise too much to help those in need. Mike had a point and was arguably right most of the time, but he came across as self-righteous due to how he always claimed to have the moral high ground over characters like Harvey or Jessica. Mike Ross' character was as hypocritical as he was kind-hearted. Mike wanted to do the right thing but could be difficult to deal with. During his trial in Season 5, Mike Ross argued that the reason he practiced law despite not having a degree was that he wanted to use his gifts to help people. Mike also promised to the jury and later to the New York State Bar that, if he ever became a real lawyer, he would dedicate his career to fighting for the little guy instead of being a corporate lawyer helping the rich get richer. While Mike's words and actions were noble, Suits made him come off as hypocritical a lot of times. Mike would judge Harvey for every decision that would put a big client in front of a small one, yet there were several times in which Mike Ross did what was best for him without thinking of how it would affect other people. Mike's decision to accept Harvey's offer was incredibly selfish and put a lot of people in danger as time went on, including but not limited to Rachel and her family. There were many contradictions about Mike Ross in Suits, which actually added some interesting nuance to his character.